All right, guys, what is up? Welcome back to Fit Body Secrets. This is this week's Fit Body Short. I like to keep these episodes short and sweet to give you guys something really important that you guys can take into your week or into your day. And that's really going to provide you some value. And I think that this week, with New Year's being right around the corner, I wanted to put out a little message about some things that we want to think about leaving behind in the new year. And I think there's a lot of mixed opinions about New Year's resolutions and things like that. And I'm not actually for or against them. I am all for people making positive changes in their life. And if the new year is the time of the year where they feel the best to make that happen, then go for it. But the most important thing is that the changes they make are things that we want to make sure that we're looking to change forever and not just for a short period of time. And so with people obviously going into the new year looking to make obviously some changes physically or maybe mentally, whatever it might be that they're looking to improve on. But a lot of things, it's usually I want to get into shape. I want to lose weight. I'm tired of these bad habits that I have and I'm ready to really change my life. And that kind of, hoo yeah, hoorah, I'm all in kind of a mindset. I thought instead of focusing on setting yourself up for success with a New Year's resolution, I wanted to talk about some of the things that we need to think about leaving behind in 2022. And this can be relative to a journey to lose weight, a journey to be your fittest self, a journey to build a business, a journey to improve your mental health, a journey to just take better care of yourself, a journey to improve your relationships. But really, I know that a lot of you guys that follow me are mostly CrossFitters and you're in the gym and you're like, man, I want to look good naked, but I also want to be able to do X movement and I want to be able to move fast and I want to see my name at the top of the leaderboard at least once a week. I get it. So we all want that. So today's episode is all about some things we want to leave behind in 2022 to make all your dreams come true in 2023. Well, maybe not all of them because we can't always get everything we want, but just a few things that I know that are going to be important. So number one, I got 5 things that I want to talk about today. Number one is the all or nothing mindset, meaning that you are the kind of person who you go all in. And if you can't do everything perfectly, then you're not going to do anything at all. And this is so common, and I see it all the time when people sign up for coaching and are not successful, is they have this mindset that it's got to be perfect or it's not going to work at all. And that's not the case. The goal is to figure out how to pivot in your plan based on the obstacles and the curveballs that life might throw at you. So you've got to drop the all or nothing mindset and recognize that life is not going to be able to be put into a container and controlled by you. You are just literally walking around and letting life happen and adapting to whatever's going on around you. So every plan you set up has got to have ways to navigate around that. So you've got to drop that all or nothing mindset and really focus on, hey, I've got to learn how to pivot and keep going. That's number one. And I could literally record an episode on each and every one of these and spend an hour talking about them, but I'm not trying to do that to you guys today. Number 2 is the shiny object syndrome. And this typically falls or comes after the all or nothing mindset. It comes after that all-in plan fails because you all of a sudden hit a roadblock and you can't seem to stay consistent with where you're going. So, and then all of a sudden you see something over here in the corner that looks like, ooh, that might be a little bit easier. Let me go over there and see what that looks like and how that's going to work for me. You got to drop the shiny object syndrome because guess what, guys? Doesn't matter which object you choose, which plan you choose, there's going to be an obstacle that comes in your way. And you're going to have to face those obstacles. And they're going to be different no matter where they are. So you've got to drop this mindset of like there's a perfect plan out there and that you're just trying to find the perfect plan. The perfect plan is the one you commit to and you learn how to pivot with. You learn how to no longer be an all in or an all or out person. And in fact, you are an all in person on that commitment, but you're not always perfect at that. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 kind of follows along with the shiny object syndrome is the comparison game. Okay. You are constantly looking left and right to see what other people are doing, but you're not looking at it in a way of like, am I doing, you're not looking at it from a place of gaining for yourself. You're using it as a way to see is maybe you should be doing something else. You're looking to kind of find what somebody else is doing to kind of help you choose what you should be doing. And this usually leads to lack of focus on the work that you should be putting in on yourself. You're no longer looking intuitively to what your body needs. And instead, you're trying to find what everybody else is doing. And there is some ways we can learn from other people, but I do think that it can be almost at a detriment to your own, your own learning of your own intuitive needs if you're always looking to what other people are doing and you're no longer identifying what your own specific your own specific needs are. So for instance, you might be following a training program, and maybe you see your friends are starting like the different program. They're doing something different. I'm not going to use any names, but you're following this program, and then your friends following a different program, and then this one's, and you're like, maybe I should try a different program. They're getting a lot more results. When in reality, your program might be fine. Maybe you just need to figure out where do you have some holes to fill in. Maybe you need to kind of finesse and personalize that program you're on for yourself. And maybe those people have a coach that they're working with under that program that is now doing that for them, which is maybe what you need. Maybe you need to find a coach that understands what your goals are, and that maybe they're in that program and they can kind of help you tailor things for you. Okay. So drop the comparison game about other people's results and what other people are doing, and focus on your goals, your results, and really making sure that you're honing in on that. Okay. Number 4 is self-punishment. Okay. We are all guilty of being our own worst critic. We are usually we have a really hard time taking and giving ourselves compliments, but we have no problem telling ourselves how shitty we are. Just plain and simple. We have no problem telling us that we fucked up 5 million times, that we never do things right, that we fail at everything we do, and yada, 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 and all the negativity. And this is usually where the all or nothing mindset comes from, is that we get to a place of like, we just hate how we feel and how we look and how we're doing, and we just want everything to change today. And then we're like, this is the day I'm making it happen. I'm done acting this way, and I'm just going to change my life for good. And we end up acting out of a place of self-punishment. This typically happens after weekends when people have indulged too much, and they're now going to punish themselves all week with extra cardio and cutting out calories and living on intermittent fasting because they're trying to make up for all the calories they ate. They just try and do all these crazy things to punish themselves for their actions. So we've got to drop this self-punishment and learn how to be empathetic and learn from the mistakes that we've made and learn how to navigate around them, because that's going to honestly help us to overcome that and learn from it enough so it doesn't happen again. Because chances are, when we're coming from a place of self-punishment, the things we're punishing from ourselves for, we probably have done before in the past. And we're always trying to figure out, like, how do I stop doing this? And we keep thinking that the way to stop doing it is to just find some really harsh, restrictive, really all in, like, gonna get cutthroat and go after this freaking stupid habit that I have, and I'm gonna change it for good. And we get really negative about it. So it's got to come from a place of like, I want to be improving myself, not a place of self-hate. Okay, so last one I put on here, guys, and this is an important one, is procrastination. And all of these 5 things come together. Is procrastination is the worst habit out there. I am a procrastinator on things that I know that I like to avoid. Like, there's things I'm like, not that important to me right now. I'm going to procrastinate on that. It's the elephant in the room that I don't want to address. But the more you procrastinate on that thing, the bigger the thing gets. It starts to grow. It starts to fester. It starts to grow freaking legs and hair and yada, yada, yada. Now, before you know it, this little thing is now a big thing. We all know that when we have maybe we have something we have to talk to somebody about and we don't want to talk about it. And then like 2 months go by and we're like, okay, now it's been so long. This is going to be a really hard conversation. We do the same things to ourselves. We're looking for the perfect time, the perfect plan. We overthink the plan that we're going to follow. Like, is this the right plan? We just don't take action. And here's the deal, is messy action will always overpower perfect action as long as you have the right mindset, which means you don't have this all in, all or nothing mindset, that it's not, I got to have everything or I have nothing, or I've got to do everything or I can do nothing. You've got to drop that and realize that, like, the best laid plan is the one that you can say, I can start this today, because today is your life. Your life doesn't happen over. You don't restart your life every week. We just go into a new week, right? So if you're waiting for all of a sudden life to be perfect again and things to settle to get started on something, you're doing yourself a disservice, because the truth is procrastination is doing nothing but making it take longer for you to get to your goals. And you think it's going to make it easier because you're going to wait until things are easy. And then all of a sudden it's going to become less hard. It doesn't happen. Does not happen. Okay. So just to recap on today's short episode. All right. If you want to make changes in 2023, whatever your goals might be. Okay. And I know a lot of you guys have fat loss goals. I'm going to plug my challenge for you all because it is free and because I want to help teach you guys the right way. And I do know that I have confidence that I have the right methods. Okay. So number one is drop the all or nothing mindset. Okay. I'm going to make a different little shift here because I want people to understand there's a difference between all in on a goal and having an all or nothing mindset. I think that they can sometimes get gray lined. Okay. All or nothing mindset is I'm either getting all the results I want or I'm getting none. You're not seeing all the good things that are happening along the way. All or nothing mindset is I can do everything on the plan or I can do nothing. So you're the person that like only goes to the gym when you can check all the boxes rather than like, hey, a perfect workout is the one that you got done. Doesn't matter what you did. Okay. So drop the all or nothing mindset. Drop the shiny object syndrome. Okay. Always looking for, always getting distracted by the new plan that comes out and letting that steer you away from the plan that you're already on. You got to stay the course. 3, drop the comparison game. Okay. Get rid of looking at what other people are doing and focus on what you need to be doing for you, even if that is making some changes. But let those changes happen because they're right for you, not because somebody else is getting results that way. Okay. Number 4 is self-punishment. Okay. You've got to be acting out of a place of self-love and self-care. I want to improve myself. That is my goal. I am not punishing myself anymore. I am here to grow. That is how you're going to be more excited about the journey that you're on. You're going to get better results and you're going to feel better in the process. Last one is procrastination. Just drop it. Just drop it. And the easiest way to drop procrastination is the next time you find yourself in a situation to make a decision, make the decision right then. And don't give a shit about whether it's the right or the wrong one. Because if you make the wrong decision, you've already just made self-improvement happen by stopping your procrastination. And guess what? The wrong decision is the one that you don't make. Even the worst decision can be the best decision of your life because it taught you something. So that's what I got for you guys today. Just going to shoot over into the comments and see if anybody said hi to me. It is Bruce. Hey, Bruce. And you should totally not feel attacked. This is all coming from a place of empathy and love. And I hope you know that this is all I'm doing this for, is to give you guys as much motivation as I can to get y'all to make the changes that you need to make in your life. Because life is all about pivoting and becoming somebody better than we were yesterday. And that also means that we have to realize that that's always going to be happening. So if we don't enjoy the process, we are getting ourselves nowhere. So short little episode today. Guys, I also just want to plug, like I said, my challenge is coming up January 8th. It starts. You are going to get weekly calls with me. We are going to be doing some Q&A. You are going to get help with, figuring out what you guys should be eating for achieving your goals. We are going to be doing some guidance on all of that along the 4 weeks. Lots of good stuff, lots of guides, lots of nutrition help, lots of training things going on. But really just want to help you guys set yourselves up for success in the new year. Whether you are starting the new year looking to make changes for the year, or you're just like, hey, like it's after the holidays and I'm ready to kind of get back on track with things and I'm ready to try something a little bit different. Okay. So I don't want you guys to think of this like it's going to be some super strict, like, we're not cutting out food groups. We're not, conforming to some like cult where you guys are no longer going to be eating after 8 p.m. It's going to be very, very flexible with your lifestyle. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'll catch you next week.